What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel here where we're working on the old SI here. We're really excited. I'm doing some work on the car finally. I know, we started this channel months ago and then nothing happened with it, but it's because I didn't have parts. But I knew I wanted to vlog and really kind of document this whole process and put it out there for people to enjoy and watch. So we got our first set of parts in, and I'm really excited to share them with you guys. We have our our hybrid racing shift cables here. We've got our Hasport rear motor mount. I believe this is a 70A. I'm pretty sure. We've got our Acuity short throw shifter. Acuity, I think that's how you say it. Short throw shifter right here. We've got down here up front, we've got the PLM catted downpipe. We've got down there on the floor, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's the mobile, we got our Mobile One oil and filter for Psy, because once we're working on the car, we have it in there. Might as well change the oil, probably needs it anyway. And up front, this big, glorious box that everything's sitting on. Well, can't forget about the Honda, of course. We need that for the downpipe to help with a little bit of tuning. Of course, we'll want to get a full engine tune when this is fully complete, but it's nice to have to get you to that point. And the big box down here at the bottom is our NVIDIA N1 cat back exhaust system. I've watched a lot of videos and trying to decide on what we want to do as far as exhaust, because the current setup right now just isn't great. We're running a Skunk 2 catless downpipe on the believe stock exhaust pipe system from there back, and then we've got like an exhaust tip put on, and she sounds great, but I think this is really going to up that level, make it sound a lot better to my liking, of course. But I'm really excited for all this stuff. Of course, when you do certain mods, you got to add certain other things for tolerance and for strength. You don't want to risk putting on your downpipe without having a rear motor mount, or else you can crack your downpipe because the engine will move more, or adding a downpipe and exhaust and not doing some kind of engine tune because you're going to change a lot about your car. It's stuff like that. The short throw shifter is something I've been really excited for, and I figured while doing that, we'll upgrade to these hybrid racing shift cables that are in here. Since we'll already have the shifter out, it should make that job a lot easier. Figure while I have the car in the air, we'll do the downpipe and the exhaust at the same time. Might as well change oil, and we've picked ourselves up the new model of the Honda, because we'll need that for the new downpipe mod to kind of aid in that standpoint. Really excited to do this. We're actually going somewhere to use someone's lift to do all this work. We'll be using a shoplift. We'll be there for a couple days, so hopefully we can get all this work done in time. So we'll have to load up Psy here with all the parts, and then we'll take them all down there and get them on. And I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited to see how the car sounds. I'm really excited to see how this is gonna play out. The short throw shifter. I've driven other manual cars with shorter throws in their shift, and honestly, it's just a completely different world. I think the travel in the Civic Si is just too long, especially in the 9th gen, and it can definitely use some improvement. So I'm really excited for that. And I think the rear motor mounts a well overdue mod. The guy before me, he did some nice things with the car, coilovers, all that stuff, but it does seem like there's some parts where he cheaped out or didn't do his research. And that's just no good, never any fun. So I'm really excited to do a new downpipe and rear motor mount, along with the hybrid racing shift cables and the short throw shifter. So there's some more we're going to talk about in the next coming videos about kind of what to consider when buying your parts, and we'll talk about that while we're doing the install, of course. But just kind of wanted to give you guys an update and put this all out here. Without further ado, let's load up the car. And just like that, we've loaded up the car with all the parts that we're going to be using over this weekend to work on the car. We've got everything put in there. So if you see, in the passenger seat is the NVIDIA N1 laying front to back. Box fits nicely back there. Inside here, we've got everything else that we'll need. So we've got our shifter cables back here. Back behind there, we've got the downpipe. Underneath this seat over here on the passenger seat is where the Honda, the short throw shifter, and the motor mount are all stuck underneath that seat. The oil and filter are behind the driver's seat. And so we figured out how we're going to put everything in the car. So now all we have to do is drive down there and put the parts on the car, get it up on the lift and work on it. I had pulled the battery from my car for putting the car away for the winter, and it did well. Came out and checked on it, but I didn't start it very often in the winter time. And that's why I want to do an oil change. I don't like that my car sat for that long and didn't get any kind of running oil or anything. So we're going to do the oil change because it sat for so long. We need to put gas in it. I did put some fuel stabilizer in the car over the over the winter. Some of this stuff. I filled up the tank, put a bunch of that stuff in there, and then kind of drove it around a little bit and put it in the garage. And she stayed pretty healthy. I didn't leave the parking brake on all winter just because of the fact of I didn't want it to get seized up, so I just left it in gear in the garage. So with all that being said, we've got the car loaded up. We've got everything in there. And we're going to be able to take it down to where we're going to get this car worked on. I'm really excited for this. But yeah, I put the battery in my car because I had it on a battery maintainer in the house all winter. And now the battery's in the car. I took it out yesterday for a little spin, and it drove, I mean, absolutely phenomenally. It drove like the day I got it. So, of course, I didn't buy it brand new, so it drove like my car that I bought new to me. But yeah, it drove really well for the stretch after we put the battery in. It fired right up. The fun thing about Hondas, every time you take the battery out or the battery dies, you have to go ahead and enter the battery code, or the radio code. But not a big deal. I got that a long time back when I first got my car. One of the first things we did was pulled the battery to install some stuff. And we, of course, had to find out what that code was. And luckily Honda is great that if you have the VIN number and the radio unit number, you can actually just get the code sent to you and unlock, and you can unlock it with that code. So, but if the radios are pulled from your car, you know, they need more information than just the radio for that. There's a lot of work that I'm noticing needs done to the car. after this stretch of items, we're looking at a lot of cosmetic stuff, a lot of paint chips throughout all over the car. We need to get the front and rear windshield resealed. I have a little bit of my sunroof peeling up there. We need to get new rims. I want to do some clear taillights. A lot to do. There's a big list of mods, so this channel isn't going anywhere. Uploads might be slow for a while we get to a point of kind of normalcy with the mods and stuff, but as of right now, I've had these parts sitting for like 2 months now. I ordered them in the end of December, and they've just been sitting, waiting to get put on, and this is the weekend that we're finally doing it, so I'm really excited. But you guys will get to see all that and see that process, so I will cut to our drive down.